Hello and welcome to Beyond Housing. My name's Claire Harrigan and I'm Director of Development here. We just want to take you on a little tour of some of our development sites. Beyond Housing has got an aspiration to deliver 2,000 new homes by 2025. So we're midway through that process. Currently we've got around 18 sites operational. That's £130 million worth of contracted value, delivering 850 homes. So we want to just take you on a tour and explain to you a little bit about some of those schemes. So I hope you enjoy it. So we're here at Kirkleatham Green, which is located really close to our offices at Ennis Square. The development is of 108 homes, although it's part of a wider development with our partners Vistry. We've got a mix of shared ownership and affordable rented homes here. Again, you can see the sales arena here and our sales are going really well. We've also got a layout on which you can see the wider development. Interestingly, as a result of working in partnership on this development, the acquisition of a bit of land adjacent to this site, which will be part of a further phase of development, and that is a supported living village which we co-created with the local authority, with Vistry's design team and our own teams. So there we've got a flexible approach to support. We've got some apartments, some bungalows, which may be for families where one of the family members needs wheelchair access, and some smaller individual homes, maybe for young adults with learning disabilities. So that allows a number of support needs to be met within a real mix of accommodation, and again all set within the Kirkleatham Green development. So we've now arrived at Hummersea Hills, which is in Loftus, in East Cleveland. The development here goes back quite a long way. Many years ago we demolished some of our existing housing stock and built new on a phase, but the rest of the phase was paused following the rent reduction dating back to around 2015. So we managed to redesign phase 2 and got that contracted in around March 2020, actually just before the first lockdown. The development here is 128 homes. The housing here includes a mix of tenures, so affordable rent, but also some rent to buy, which is a new tenure we're trying out. It allows customers to start off renting and then after 5 years to buy their home outright. So we've had a really good demand for that so far. We've also got a mix of supported housing here, so that includes, you can see behind me, some apartments which will be for older persons, but also for people with maybe learning difficulties. So again, some houses that you can see to the right of me have also got that supported designation, and we've got a number of bungalows as well being developed. So we worked with the local authority to design this part. The local authority will commission care in for the customers that end up living here. We've just taken the first handovers, and again the rest of the scheme is in development and will be completed over the course of the next year. So if you are in and around Loftus, do drive by and have a little look. Part of the proposal, we worked with the local authority who at the time were doing a high street fund bid, and they managed to secure a few £1 million to purchase a number of abandoned properties on the high street, which they're now regenerating. All in all, it's been a real partnership effort to complete this development, but also to make the most impact for Loftus.
Hi, so we're now at Church Rise, which was known as Gurney Street in Redcar. We're actually in New Marske. So the scheme itself is 23 properties, 2-bed bungalows, 2-bed houses and 3-bed houses. We worked in partnership with Gus Robinson with this scheme. They came to us when they'd just put it in for planning. We worked with them to make sure that the scheme was correct, changed a little bit in the planning, and then we went to planning with them. As part of the planning process, one of the councillors was concerned about hedgehogs and wildlife, and she asked within that, could we have a hedgehog highway within the development? A hedgehog highway is generally just like a little square cut out of the fence posts in the back garden to allow hedgehogs to run through the gardens without having to go on roads. The scheme started on site in January 2021. We did have a few delays due to COVID and labour, and the scheme finished in June 2022.
So we've arrived now at Church Lane North, which is where we started back in 2021 our regeneration. The project is around £16 million and it involves having done some selective demolition and bringing in new highways with a view to then allowing every resident to have on-plot parking or parking close to their own home. All of the communal spaces externally, so currently this Radburn layout that exists means that people don't have private rear gardens, and that will all be, as you can see behind me, carved up to make sure that every home has a private rear garden, has sort of a street at the front, and that on-plot parking. You can also see from these homes that they've been clad with external wall insulation, so either this white render, which really gives that thermal insulation to the homes, but also, you know, really improves the aesthetic of them. We're also doing new roofing, and you'll notice that some of the cladding is what we call these hardy planks. We've also got some brick slips, so it's all insulation. But the reason for mixing these pallets and these materials is that, well, two things. We are building some new build homes and wanted to use the same sort of colour palettes and materials so that effectively the new homes being built on the redundant car parking forecourts which were around the site will blend and mix with the existing homes. And the second thing, and the reason for having the brick slip insulation, was that some existing homes had been bought out from our stock previously and are in private ownership, so we couldn't compel people to have the external works and the insulation done. What we've therefore done on Beyond Housing homes is add those brick slips in throughout the estate so that, again, the whole estate will be blended into one aesthetic. We have used different colours of the hardy plank, sometimes grey or green, to try and break down and define the areas. So apart from the physical works within the estate, we've also got an entire project group that are looking at customer engagement as well, training and employment opportunities, because we really want customers at the end of the day to feel more engaged and proud of the estate where they live.
So we're now at Princeton Gardens in Stockton-on-Tees. This scheme's in partnership with Canvas Homes, and it's a £18.2 million scheme to deliver 2, 3 and 4 bedroom modular homes. The modular homes are to be provided by Ilka, which they're built in a factory and then brought to site and erected on site. We've got a rent to buy model in here, we've got shared ownership, and we've also got affordable rent of different types of house. The homes will be carbon neutral and really energy efficient. There's not much work happening on site at the moment, and that's generally because we're waiting for the brownfield funding. So when the homes are finished, they'll have fantastic views of the River Tees. We've got the Tees Barrage, and then we've got the Infinity Bridge going towards Stockton. The site itself is in walking distance of Stockton Town Centre, and it's not far from Teesside Park, so it's got really good facilities too.
So we're here at Middlehaven, which is in Middlesbrough, the scheme we call Boho Middlehaven, and it's part of a wider regeneration. The Middlesbrough Council have been involved in. A number of housing providers have all got homes here. You can see we're right near Middlesbrough Transporter Bridge, and again behind me you can see the apartments that Beyond Housing are developing. These will be for a rent to buy, again great location, and again although they're mid-construction you can see what the finished product is going to look like.